before I don't want to spend too much time on it, but like I said, get up into my Pittsburgh Steelers the first 15 minutes over here. So look, man, we he didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt. He did get hurt in the game. Derek Harmon wound up getting carted off, our first round pick. He got carted off the field in the game, but the injury he sustained, I guess it wasn't that serious. So I think it was a knee sprain or something. I don't know what level of knee sprain it was for the Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there. So it's not something that we should be overly concerned about. He seemed to be laughing and sitting on the sideline. He didn't have to go to the hospital, get surgery, anything. Just probably got to take it easy for a couple of days, and then he'll be back on his feet. Now, about this win over the Carolina Panthers, this preseason win, Skylar Thompson looks great. Skylar Thompson, now, I'm caught up in between keeping Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. I really am. Like right now, I'm confused on which one who should we be taking in this fight. Like I'm just being honest. Like who we should be taking up into this, because look, I tell you what, Skylar Thompson just been going off. The offense looked good with him. Mason Rudolph threw a pick. He just seems a little uncomfortable. He just don't seem as comfortable as Skylar Thompson does in the offense. Now, I get it. Skylar Thompson is playing against, I guess you could say, lower caliber players, or he's playing with the threes, the backup. You know what I mean? You could make that argument, but he just looks comfortable in the pocket, even when it's collapsing. He's getting the ball out of his hands quick in this offense. He's looking really good running this Arthur Smith offense. And I think when you're looking at it from that point of view, you have to say that question has to come up. Should we be keeping Mason Rudolph, or should Skylar Thompson be there? Now, if we're going to keep Rudolph, I think there will be some value for Skylar Thompson out there, the way that he's looked in this Arthur Smith system. But I must say, us having a 40-something-year-old Aaron Rodgers, right, and Skylar Thompson looking the way he's looked in preseason, running our offense proficiently, scoring, I would be really thinking about keeping him. Now, I could be wrong, but I mean, hey, Steelers fans, like, we got to be real. Like, we got to be real, y'all. Like, I mean, the way that he's looking running this offense, you can't deny that. Now, I also like Trey Sermon and what Trey Sermon's been looking like running the ball. He's been pretty consistent. I like the way that Trey Sermon runs. I don't know what the back. I know Caleb Johnson's going to stay. Jalen Warren's up in there. But that backfield, I mean, Trey Sermon's looking good. I don't know. And we also got Nichols. I think Nichols looks pretty good too. But I like the way Sermon looks. Scotty Miller for sure. He's stepping up. I know Scotty Miller has stepped up. I know who's he. I hope he makes the 53-man roster, because he looks clutch. Looks like when you can count on Scotty Miller to catch a pass, he's doing just that. Now, speaking of receivers, there was some rumors about us having to look at a receiver from the Patriots. Was a second-round pick. I think it was. I can't remember exactly. I should have had his name. But we was looking at let me see. I got it right here. I got it pulled up. I'll pull it up right here. So the second round pick receiver from the Patriots, we looking at right there. That's him right there. We've been looking at him. There's been rumors. I don't know if we really have to go there, but I think because we let Rock Taylor go from Memphis, there was some reports and rumors about him getting into a fight at the Panthers combined practice or whatever like that, and him and Mike Tomlin, and you know how Mike Tomlin is. He's very cool, but he's very strict, runs hard, coaches hard on those guys, and it's just simple rules. He likes us to be disciplined, the team to be disciplined, and Rock Taylor just wasn't. There was something that was said, got in the doghouse with Mike Tomlin, we'll just say that, and we did let him go. So to be looking at, I think this is Jalen Polk, I believe this is. Let me make sure. I just don't want to say that. Yeah, this is Jalen Polk that I heard that. And this is before the game, I believe. So when this report came out, so that could be a done deal. That was just a quick rumor. Now I do think we need to add to that room. Now, just real quick, just speaking on the game, trying to get through this game, or it's possibly quick as I can to get to the other topics, right? And I will open up the you know what I'm saying, the live or whatever. Bring everybody in, and if you want to, we could chop it up about the Shador thing and everything else. I'll open it up once I get there. All right, now the third, I gotta say, the first quarter was sloppy. It was penalties. I don't like it was missed tackles. We had a lot of missed tackles, a lot of drive killing penalties, and we had some from veterans like Marvin Leal. There's no excuse for him to catch a penalty. I think his came in the third quarter. It was a face mask, I believe. I didn't like that. We had holding penalties, too many holding penalties. So I didn't like that. I definitely didn't like the holding penalties in the game because it was pushing us back. We're playing behind the sticks. Our offense is already struggling to score. We can't be playing undisciplined football like that. I know we're missing a guy here and there, but to play undisciplined football like that, that is not going to win games at all for us Pittsburgh fans. It's not going to do it. Jalen Ramsey had a penalty, and I think that was crucial. He stopped him in the backfield for a loss already. There was no need to throw him to the ground after the whistle. The play was dead. He's a leader. He got to keep his head. We cannot have veterans like Jalen Ramsey making a stop like that, an important stop on third down, and still throwing guys to the ground after the whistle, giving them another chance of fresh downs and getting back out there. We got to get those big guys off the field as soon as possible. I think we got some of the guys out there. The defensive line does look promising, but we cannot kill ourselves with these drive-ending penalties, drive-killing penalties. I mean, like the missed tackles, like I said, the holding penalties, the false starts. Like, this is stuff that cannot happen and shouldn't happen. I'm glad it's happening in the preseason, but that was a sloppy win, and I just didn't like it. I think it was like on a 3rd and goal in the second quarter, was like 17 seconds left. Number 85, it had a back corner touchdown off blown coverage. That can't happen. That cannot happen with guys who's been around like James Pierre, Killebrew. Like, that's the stuff that scares us when we look at that. And that's what's saying, like, dang, Micah is gone. We cannot have those mistakes happen like that. Although I did like the way that Wyatt Black from Iowa, the young defensive tackle we picked up. Did we get him? Will we get Wyatt Black? Will we get him in the 5th round or 4th? I know he was. I can't remember right now. Anyway, I go blank sometimes like that. I don't know why. But in the third quarter, Wyatt Black, he showed up rubbing his belly. He got 2 back. He had a sack. Then he had a back-to-back. I think he's like, it was almost a strip sack, caused the quarterback to cough up the ball. We recovered it. He looks promising. I think that we know for sure TJ will be out there. Now how important Cam Hayward's going to look, because the run game was just gashing us. It didn't matter who they had in there, whether it was our backups, our defensive line was getting pushed back. That goes to show how important it is for Wyatt Black to be able to get out there. And also Cam Hayward, can you Benton? It's going to be important to keep our guys, because look, and they keep them fresh, because we just couldn't stop the run. The run was gashing us at times. At times we looked good at stopping the run. We were getting back there. Guys were run fitting pretty good, getting through the gaps, but we were missing tackles. And I did not like that. I didn't like the fact that we got out of there with a win that was not by far a best game. That was a very sloppy Pittsburgh Steelers team last night. I must say that. And we still walked away with a dub and a very sloppy game. I guess you could say you could take some positives out of that and say, if we can win looking that sloppy and that bad, then I wonder what we look like when we're on our A game. We got to bring our A game. It is what it is. But some of those guys probably won't be there after this 53-man roster is set. But that's all I had to say about the game. I didn't agree with a lot of what went on with the game. A lot of y'all might be happy with it, but I just wasn't. Just some things I took away from it. Peyton Wilson from North Carolina State, the young linebacker, he looks promising. I think he looks very promising for us. He stepped up in some ways. I know it's preseason, but the effort that Ramsey gave in that preseason game, I like it, because we're going to lead our veterans to lead by example on that team. I didn't. Patrick Queen was pretty quiet. He was out there though, but he needs to stay healthy. So I get it's a preseason game. You're not going to jump on Powers. You're not going to play as hard as it is in the regular season game. But week 1 versus the Jets, we're going to need to bring it. We know what Justin Fields is going to bring, so we're going to need to bring it. So, but that's all I had for that. Real quick, you know what I'm saying? As far as the updates, the news, I think we talked about the 9-game SEC. Talked about the 53-man roster for the Pittsburgh Steelers, my Steelers. I'll run through that real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'll run through the 53. I think this is just a quick, just real quick, run through that real quick. Get that pulled up. Yeah, because this is just off of the steel curtain, behind the steel curtain, I guess. This is their evaluations on players, I guess. You know what I mean? They think that, and I'll just run through it real quick as possible. Quarterback wise, Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, and Will Howard. Like I said, I would probably be thinking about letting Mason Rudolph go. I like Mason Rudolph. I don't think he played that bad with us. He is like game time guy. He is familiar with the team and everything. But the way that Skylar Thompson looked, I wouldn't be mad at if he did leave, because like I have to agree with them. I think he does have trade value at this point. I think we could get a nice 5th or 6th round draft pick for him the way that he's looked in preseason. And I think that might be some value in that pick. So I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? How our quarterback room is pretty much what it is right now, right? As far as running back goes, Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, Kenneth Gainwell. A lot of people like Lou Nichols. Like I said, I think I like Trey Sermon in there. One of those. We're only going to keep 3. We're not going to keep. We're only going to keep 3 quarterbacks. We're only going to keep 3 running backs. We're not going 4 running backs or 4 quarterbacks. We are not the Browns. We're not keeping 4 quarterbacks. That is a total mess. I don't know what NFL team does. If you are going to keep 4 quarterbacks, there's a guy that's going to end up on the practice squad, and if he's on a practice squad, he has a chance to still go to another team. And I think that's probably what we're going to do with Skylar Thompson. No doubt, he's played really well in this preseason. As far as wide receivers go, DK Metcalf, Roman Wilson, he looked like he's ready to step up. He needs to step up because Calvin Austin, for some reason, he's so fast. When fast guys like that, they seem to, runners like that, fast, quick guys seem to withstand a lot of lower body injuries, whether it's a pull hamstring, calf, whatever else that may be. So Curtis Samuel, I think that's okay to keep him. Scotty Miller, we definitely going to need him. And Ben Skorin, I can't even pronounce his last name. I'm not even going to roll with it. But as far as I agree with the tight ends, I still think we need to go out there, maybe look and see what's around, what guys are that made the cut on other teams. Maybe we could snatch somebody up off a practice squad and bring somebody in to try to earn a spot, right? Because it's important. That's an important position. DK is going to need help. And I think that it's going to open up things because we looked good in the 2 tight end set. I like our 2 tight end sets. When we go out there with 12 personnel out there, I like it. I like it a lot. I do. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie. 20, I'm sorry. Yeah, I like that. So Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington, Connor Hayward, those will be our 4 tight ends. I like that. I mean, it's going to be very dangerous. Those guys will keep fresh. Pat Freiermuth got his blocking up. I mean, he's never was really too bad in blocking, but I like the way that him and Darnell Washington look blocking through this preseason. Offensive lineman, Broderick Jones, Isaac Samalu. And now, is he going to step up? Is he going to step up or not? I don't know. But Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, Troy Fontenot, Calvin Anderson, Spencer Anderson, and Andrews Pete is the ones that they think that we should keep. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, Steelers fans. All right, there's defensive lineman Cam Hayward, Kenu Bitten, Derek Harmon, Wyatt Black, Isaiah Loudermilk, Daniel Ikalu, however you pronounce it, Logan Lee. I think that's solid. I think we got some solid guys there as far as edge go. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbeck, Jack Sawyer. I think that's real solid. Linebackers, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Cole Holcomb, Malik Harrison, and Mark Robinson. Those guys, Peyton Wilson looks like he's a beast. He's a beast. I think he's right on Patrick Queen's tail. Like Patrick Queen is known for what he did, obviously, but Peyton Wilson is going to be a beast. I seen Cole Holcomb miss a couple tackles. Didn't like that. All right, cornerbacks. I think we stepped up in that position tremendously. I think that it's going to be Pick City back there. We'll have one of the best defensive lines with the depth, and I think our cornerbacks is going to be set and ready. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Ramsey, Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slade, Brandon Eccles, Benny Bishop, James Pierre. I think those are some solid guys. I think as long as they can stay upright and everything on the field, we should be straight there. Safety, Deshaun Elliott, Juan Thornhill, Chuck Clark, Miles Kilbrew. I really like Kilbrew. I like the way he plays. He got a natural cut instinct. And Deshaun Elliott, I think those should be the guys right there. I like those guys. I really do. I like the way those guys play. I think we're going to need them to play. Miles Kilbrew. I like Pierre's good. Pierre's definitely good in the pass game. Kilbrew is a more downhill, more physical kind of guy with me, but I also think he could play the pass pretty well too. I don't know. We're gonna go with special teams. Obviously, Chris Boswell. I think Cam Johnston and Chris Kuntz. I don't know which one of those guys I want to go with, but that's a preview of the 53 right there. As far as behind the steel curtain goes.